Hello, and welcome back to Football Off Target. This is me, Ninad, and I am riding solo today. Rushikesh is not joining me for today, and we will be doing the roundup for the FIFA World Cup Game Week 1. What a game week 1! What a week! What an amazing set of matches we have had. A lot of drama, a lot of amazing football, and this is what the World Cup was expected to deliver, and it has delivered exactly right. We started off things in Mexico, where Mexico met South Africa in the first match, and what a match it was! It had three red cards. It was crazy. And we have seen a trend in this World Cup that we have seen a lot of bookings as compared to the previous one. Uh, and I think it is going to be a trend for this one because of the additional VAR rules and the um, a lot of new rules which have been brought in by FIFA to stop time wasting and to have a fairer game, so to say. It might cause a lot of time probably in some cases. For example, VAR now has a freer hand to check fouls before the goal and some sort of things. But at the same time, they have tried to um, increase the match time by giving countdown for throw-ins and corners. So that has been good. That has been um, better to avoid time wasting. But let's see how it goes. We had some amazing matches, and a lot of our predictions went well. Some of them went wrong. I would like to mention that I was so right in backing Australia. They had an amazing win against Turkey 2-0. But in the same group, I was also proven wrong by the Americans. USA won 4-1 against Paraguay. What a thrashing it was. And they might have just sealed their spot into the knockouts because they have obviously a 3 point. Um, they got the 3 points and a three plus three goal difference, which might come in handy in case they are fighting for the third spot. Moving forward, Germany thrashed 7-1 Curacao, and that was, and they obviously thrashed 7-1, but they still didn't look as convincing as they should. There were a lot of loose balls, but the Germans, the ruthless Germans, were in action that day. Then Netherlands, Japan was a great game, and the doubt that we had that who might top the group was right because it was a tough game, and Japan came back. Um, what a fighting spirit! What a game it was. Sweden thrashed Tunisia 5-1, and Gyökeres, Isak, that partnership up front is lethal, and it is going to cause a lot of problems to the other teams. And moving forward, there were some boring games, a lot of draws. Um, Belgium, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, but one draw, the only nil-nil draw, that was an exciting game. Spain against Cape Verde. What a game it was. Cape Verde were defending for their lives, and what a story. The first time entrants, the debutants of the World Cup, playing their first match against a powerhouse like Spain, and they held their ground and earned a point. What a story. Then we had a clash of titans in France versus Senegal, and initially it felt like it is going to be a nil-nil draw, but um, France were ruthless, especially Mbappe and Olise. What uh, They were amazing. They played very well, and in the end, the scoreline just proves how good they were. 3-1 win for France, and it was a statement win against a very strong team like Senegal. They did very well. Then Norway 4-1 against Iraq, and Erling Haaland stamping his mark into the World Cup, 2 goals. And then we had Messi, who just uh, the red card thing was is quite controversial. That was a probably a red card challenge, but again, he's Messi, so um, he is exempted from a few things. A hat trick for him against Algeria. Algeria were not convincing at all. And then the other side of the GOAT debate, uh, Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal won all against Congo. Uh, Congo again played an amazing game. They were defending for their lives, but also they were playing some attacking football as well. And Yon Visa, what a goal! It was an amazing game as well. And then uh, last night, England against Croatia. Um, we did not expect England, especially I did not expect England to do so well after the team selection. Even the starting lineup, I was not convinced that they are going to have a very good game. But what a game! What a game! And Harry Kane, he's just moving towards his Ballon d'Or. Probably this might be his season. What a game he had! And it was an absolute mm, uh, dominating second half display from the Englishmen against Croatia. 4-2 win for them. And then the last match of the game week, Colombia against Uzbekistan. Luis Diaz doing Luis Diaz things from this season. 3-1 win for them as well. And this sealed the match week for us, and it was an amazing week of football. And I'm looking forward to the next ones because this group stage with the expanded World Cup felt like that it is going to have some boring games, but it did not. It delivered quite well. Even the smaller nations, so to say, the lower ranked nations, put their lives into it and have been playing really, really well. So now let's get into it. We'll be building the team of the week. So I have kept some rules for myself because it was very, very hard to build this team. I am obviously going to have a lot of major names missing into it because I could not put them in the position. Um, there were a lot of contenders for a single position, and I had to choose. So that is how I have. So for that, I gave myself a few rules which would help me in my selection, um, which are I can pick only one player per team and one player per match. So, for example, um, Mexico against South Africa, the first match um, is that would be just one player from both of them. Uh, but having said that, I haven't picked any from that particular match. I should have taken another example, but yeah, you get the gist of it. So let's start from the goalkeeper position, and I think it is quite obvious that it is Wazinia from Cape Verde, who the 40-year-old goalkeeper put his life for it, made 7 saves, and had an amazing game. It was a really, really nice game for him. Then let's move on to the defensive positions. At right back, I have the American Alex Freeman. Had an assist and had a very strong game. Um, and overall, the American team were very ruthless. He was running up and down the wings, providing chances. He created good chances as well. Then let's go to the left back position. In the left back position, I have Nathaniel Brown. Had a goal in that 7-1 thrashing. Was absolutely um, dominating that wing, had created a few chances as well. Now let's go to the center back positions. First, I have the American Harry Suter, who Rushikesh did not approve of before in our previous episode, but had a great game, and obviously they won 2-0. He made a lot of tackles, and the Turkish team pressing so much, trying to have so many shots. He was a great factor in keeping that clean sheet. Then let's go to the other position in the defense, and here I have Nikola Katic from Bosnia. They had a 1-all draw against Canada, but he was very clinical in that defense. Now let's go to the midfield. Now here is where it gets tough, because all the positions going forward in the pitch, they have a lot of contenders, and I had to choose between them, uh, on which one I can uh, represent the position best. So in the uh, two central midfield positions, I have two goal scorers, one for Sweden in that 5-1 win, that is Yasin Ayari against Tunisia. He comes from Tunisian descent, so he also chose not to celebrate his first goal, just in respect to the Tunisian heritage that he has. His father is Tunisian. He wanted to play for Tunisia, but his father insisted that having grown up in Sweden, he should represent Sweden. Now, to the other position in the central midfield, we have In Bum Hong, who scored two goals coming um, back from a deficit against Czechia, and he was really clinical. Sorry, he had actually a goal and an assist, and what a goal it was! What a team goal it was! He scored an absolute worldie. That was an amazing goal. Now, moving forward to the final third, mm, the attacking positions. Here, I have taken a bit of liberty to swap the positions because there were a lot of options. So, in the central attacking midfielder position, I have the legend, GOAT, Lionel Messi for Argentina. A hat trick for him, and he was absolutely at his best. People had, even I had written him off that he is playing in America. He is not good enough for the World Cup level, but I was wrong. 39 years old, a hat trick in the first game of the World Cup after coming in as the defending champions. He was just amazing. Now going on to the right wing position. Here, uh, my favorite guy this World Cup, the one to watch out for, Michael Olise. Everything in that match for France was flowing through Olise. He was pulling the strings, and obviously Mbappe had a great game, and I wanted to have Mbappe in this team, but at the striker position, it was even more tough because we had a lot of goal scorers. So I had to compromise for France, and Olise really had a great game, won the player of the match. So I'm going for Olise in right wing, and in left wing, an unusual name probably, but I have Elijah Just for New Zealand. What a game he had, and scoring two goals in that 2-all draw against Iran. He was just amazing, and he deserves this spot here. And then coming to the striker position, which was probably the hardest because you had Mbappe scoring two goals, you had Kane, you had um, Isak, Gyökeres, but I went for the hottest striker probably right now, that is Erling Haaland. And this is my team of the week. Let me know what yours is. Please share them, and we'll probably discuss it as well. Thank you for tuning in. We'll do this again at the end of the second game week. And as of now, it looks like our predictions are going strong. Probably the positions might get swapped, but the teams that we had predicted might go for the round of 32. As of now, looks quite safe. Probably we'll have a better idea after the second game week. Till then, see you. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great second week of football, of this crazy bonanza of football we are having. It is amazing to experience it, and thank you. See you in the next one.